Well, no, I didn't almost cry. I'm pretty sure that was you. You must have your facts wrong. A Star is Born, which means that a star died somewhere else. So A Star is Born is a very real, very deep, personal story of a struggling musician who's not struggling because he's trying to make it as a musician, but because he's trying to make it as a human. And he's played by Bradley Cooper, who also directs this movie. This movie is shot and scored and framed in a way that makes you think that Bradley has been directing movies for 10 years. This is his directorial debut. I'm completely wowed by everything in this movie. But along the way, he meets Ally, played by Lady Gaga. And she's a fantastic singer, but she's a little bit too shy to sing her own music. And right off the bat, they hit it off in such a way that feels completely organic, completely real. This movie's 2 hours long and it feels like that, but it's not a negative. It's actually a positive because you get to see these long moments between Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper where they're getting to know each other. They're understanding where they come from. They understand why they have these feelings for each other. And when it all boils down to it, it's just that they supply the other with what they need. Lady Gaga gets to be a star because of him. He gets to be a normal person because of Lady Gaga. It's just the part of themselves that they've been looking for, they found in each other, and that's really, I love seeing that kind of thing. Good things keep happening for her, and Bradley Cooper starts to decline, and bad things keep happening for him, and it's very real because they have these opposite journeys, a rise to glory and a fall from grace at the exact same time, but they love each other, so they're forced to be a part of each other's story, even though they're on completely different trajectories in life. It's almost like because somebody makes music or because they sing, they kind of cease to be normal people. It's like, oh, they can't have political opinions, they can't have struggles, they can't have depression. And it's like, well, why? They were normal people before they ended up being famous. They're still normal people. The only thing that sets us apart is that and I also want to praise the way that the music flows in this movie, because of course, being about musicians, the music is going to be very important, but the score, the soundtrack in this movie doesn't seem like it's fabricated so that this movie about music will have some music in it. It feels like music that you would just hear on the radio. It's like, there's even a part that takes place at an iHeartRadio music festival, and it completely fits. It's like if I went to an iHeartRadio music festival, Lady Gaga's who I'd see, probably. This movie is also so tonally aware that it's probably worth mentioning a couple times, because I've seen a lot of tone-deaf movies this year, and to have a character-driven drama like this that completely knows what it is and takes itself seriously in all the right ways, that's really refreshing. I also want to give props to whoever did the cinematography for this movie. The shots in this movie just magnifique. And about the tone, towards the very end of the movie, things get real. They get really real. And from that moment on, everything is serious, it's dour, it understands what it's just done to the audience and doesn't try to usurp that in any way imaginable. It's just, yeah, your feelings are hurt, let's just move on with that. And Cooper is an expert at Chekhov's gun, which is a principle in film that if you spend a significant amount of time on something or put it in frame that looks like it could be useful later, it needs to be useful later. Don't put a gun on screen and not have it used in the next act. There's a couple of things that are mentioned in passing through the dialogue in this film, and it all comes back around eventually. Like, at the very beginning of the movie, I don't think this is really a spoiler because, like I said, it's at the very beginning of the movie. Bradley Cooper will be in conversation with somebody and they'll say something, he's like, what's that? I couldn't hear you. You think that that's just because that's how people talk in real life sometimes. It's like, I didn't hear what you said, can you speak up? But it turns out he actually has a bit of hearing loss from all the music in his life, and I found that very relatable because I have a little bit of hearing loss from music. But, you know, that's just me personally. Guys, in the end, I could gush about this movie for hours, and I just trust and believe I will. Eventually. Just give me time. Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, if you want to talk about Oscar-worthy performances, they both deserve to be nominated. Cooper deserves to win. That's all I'm going to say about that. But because I have to rate this movie, let's just do one quick run through of everything that I loved about it. The pacing, the drama, the dialogue, the chemistry, the music, the cinematography. And about the pacing, you can definitely feel the passage of time between I sing on stage and I am now a Grammy-nominated artist. You can tell that time has passed and they've both changed as characters in that time. So if I don't hurry up and rate this thing, I'm going to keep finding things to praise about it, so I got to hurry up and do that. A Star is Born is undeniably spectabulous. That's the first one in a while, so you know it's true. But what's your favorite movie about just people? You know, nobody's doing anything too spectacular. They're not saving the world. Just people in love, maybe. Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below and educate me. And if you want more videos from me, well, first, subscribe, you monster. Also, watch another video, dude. I'll put 2 on screen for you. I'm that nice. Who was honking? Anyway, wink.